Okay, I want to give out some more on the health reform plan, which we now have before us. It sounds like a compromise. The detail which we just confirmed, which is very interesting, extra $70 billion on top of the $112 billion that goes to the states so that you can keep premiums under control. That's new. And it was just revealed to us as we comb through this new bill. The pre-existing condition...
That coverage stays.
Still in.
Right.
Taxes on the wealthy, still in.
Yep.
And Paul Ryan just said that if the Senate delivers a health care bill, this House will stay in session to deal with it. Making progress, it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
I want to bring in Andy Puzder. Because, again, I want to harp on this theme. It sounds like a compromise. It sounds like some progress. From your vantage point, do you agree?
Absolutely. Look, Stuart, this really isn't as bad as people are making it sound. What we need to do is reinstill, we need to re-add competition back to the system. This bill does it in three ways. The new bill will do it three ways. One is it gives people money through the tax credits, which means that they'll have cash to buy insurance. Insurance companies will want to compete for that cash. Ted Cruz's amendment and Mike Lee's amendment allows insurance companies to hone their plans so they're things people actually want to buy, and the extra $70 billion will protect people with pre-existing conditions from seeing their premiums excel. And lastly, you've got health savings accounts, which they're going to double the amount you can contribute and allow you to pay your insurance premiums and other non-covered expenses out of those accounts. So individuals will be looking for the best prices on products, insurance companies will be offering them, and people will have the cash to pay for them. So this is actually a very good bill. I'm not disappointed with it at all.
I cannot see that if push comes to shove at the moment of the vote, I just can't see the Republicans in the Senate saying, no, we don't want this, we're not going to have. I just, honestly, Andy, I can't see that happening when push comes to shove.
I can't see it either. And just before you brought me on, I was listening to you talk about what Paul Ryan is saying. I listened to what Ted Cruz was saying. You're starting to feel the enthusiasm. And do you really want to be that one senator out there that killed the Republican effort to substantially repeal and reform and improve Obamacare? No, you don't want to be that person. And as far as the tax cuts, look, let's deal with taxes when we do tax reform. Let's not deal with them as part of health care because they get mischaracterized as Republicans trying to help the wealthy. That's disingenuous. Eliminate it. Leave the taxes. Deal with it when you get to tax reform. It's a good bill. It's a good approach. The president will sign it, and I'm anxious to see it get passed.
When you were running several restaurant businesses, Obamacare, full-fledged Obamacare, was a real thorn in your side.
Yes.
Would this new bill, if it were enacted, remove that thorn in the side of restaurant operators?
Absolutely. The employer mandate goes away. And it'll really help working Americans. You know, you've talked earlier about the number of people that are working two jobs. That's because there were, under Obamacare and with GDP growth so low, you've got so many part-time jobs, it was very, very difficult for people to make a living by having just one job. Now, since the beginning of the year, with regulatory reform, by the way, we have about 1 million more people working full-time, 400,000 fewer people working part-time. That didn't happen last year under President Obama. We've got about 600,000 more people working, and they're working full-time jobs. That's a huge difference just from regulatory reform. If we can now amend Obamacare, we can substantially repeal it and replace it, and we can do tax reform, you're going to see job growth like we haven't seen in this country since the 80s or the 90s. Janet Yellen's wrong. 3% growth is absolutely achievable, and we're on a good course to get there.
Andy Puzder, sharp-edged analysis, right, just like that. Really good stuff, Andy. Thank you so much for joining us.